on my Twitter, and I said, if you're depressed, get off social media. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, people took a liking to that tweet, and people was putting it on their story and whatnot, and I had a few people under my Instagram post commenting on it and just saying how they felt about it. A sister even said that she felt like she wanted me to explain what I meant. You know what I'm saying? Because she was just like, and do what? Like, once you get off social media, do what? And I'm glad she asked that question, because it gave me the opportunity to actually go a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? But at first, I didn't know what she meant, so I was actually approaching it from a comedic standpoint. I was just kind of like, well, shoot, just go outside. You know what I'm saying? Get some fresh air. Like, meet a stranger or something, and you know what I'm saying? Say what's up to the stranger. But then I kind of thought more about it, and I was just like, nah, because she responded, really quickly, and was kind of snarky, nah, I didn't mean it like that. You must never had depression. And I sat there and thought, I'm like, nah, I actually have had depression before, but I didn't even know it was depression. That's the crazy part about it. I thought it was just like I was in a funk for like a while after I think like 12th grade year. I wasn't getting a haircut. I was just stressing about college. I broke up with my girlfriend. It was just a lot going on. And I was just stressing about stuff that I couldn't control, you know what I'm saying? And I know how it is to be depressed about something. I've been depressed multiple times, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I would go into isolation, you know what I'm saying? That's not really healthy. That's what I'm learning now. It's better to seek help, you know what I'm saying? It's better to talk to people. It's better to go to people that you trust and that you love, to talk to them about stuff, because I noticed that talking to people, although they tend to give you advice, and sometimes it might not be good advice, at least getting it out sometimes is enough to forgive, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to forget, but just to forgive yourself, or forgive the person, or forgive whatever it is you're depressed about. Sometimes it be some hurt. And then, you know what I'm saying, every time you do something else or do something, it may triggers. You might see the person and it might triggers the depression. You know what I'm saying? For a long time, you know what I'm saying, that's how it be. That's how it was. That's how I was. So that's why I feel like, I'm not saying I'm the king I'm the king of depression, or I'm the one to talk about depression, but I definitely feel like I'm young, and I definitely have experienced a slight depression or a slight feel of depression, even though it wasn't nothing that was detrimental to anything, you know what I'm saying, but it was still enough to where I knew I was in a funk. Everybody knew it, you know what I'm saying, my mom, my teachers. I remember Coach Foster was like, you look crazy, bro, get a haircut, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of going back, on the time where I wasn't feeling too well. But it happens to the best of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, any of us can get overtaken by this depression, and be out of whack, and be bent out of shape about something that sometimes we can't even do nothing about. So us talking about it, or not talking about it, because that's probably the wrong term, but us being all psyched out about it is not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was like just different forms of getting out that depression, and just more healthy discussions about dealing with depression in general, because we don't talk about it enough. You know what I'm saying? I know people that go through depression every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, from person it varies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. Some people don't like talking about their depression. Some people like to bottle it all up and just keep it moving, and just keep being strong. Some people like to vent. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the person. So that's why I feel like, but however you deal with your depression, I feel like there is better, healthier things to do. Like, if you go online, they're gonna tell you that you might need to take some type of medicine or something, and I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I know for me personally, when I started to actually create a purpose and an aim for myself and goals, when I started to do that, I actually started to create pressure, but it was the good type of pressure that you need to actually give you drive and give you motivation and give you inspiration. Like, that's why I feel like I'm one to talk about depression. Not saying I'm the best to talk about it, but I definitely feel like I can because I overcame, and I see it a lot. You know what I'm saying, in my generation. So it's not nothing that it's foreign. It's not foreign to me. You know what I'm saying. I got siblings. I got a young sister that goes through things. She's young, going through puberty, going through just boy troubles, going through all kind of things that, I mean, I'm just her brother. She probably want to come to me and talk about it with me. But I know that, you know what I'm saying, when that day comes and when she really needs me, I'm there. And she know I'm there too. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I don't want to talk too long though, because, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of weird talking to myself and doing a podcast this way. But I want to do this more frequently. And shout out to Anchor for even allowing us to have this platform and to even be able to just speak to the people and speak to the viewers about how we feel about certain things, and just giving us that space to feel important, that space to feel influential, you know what I'm saying, in our own right. And you know what I'm saying, that's pretty much it though. I wanted to speak on depression real quick, and I'm out. Peace. Oh yeah, and by the way, just for your information, FYI, if you are dealing with depression, I would definitely, for one, get off social media, because it can rot the brain, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're consuming other people's lifestyles a lot. I would definitely get off social media first. The next thing I would do is I would definitely get alone, you know what I'm saying, and appreciate self. Self-love is the best love, we all know. And I would definitely pray, you know what I'm saying, get humble. Like, humility is a underrated thing that we don't talk about a lot in the black community, or talk about a lot, period. And I just want that to be a forefront, and just things that you should be on your mind when you are dealing with depression. Just be humble, you know what I'm saying, be grateful, you know what I'm saying, don't ever take nothing for granted, you know what I'm saying. You might not have a lot, you might not have what you want, but just be grateful that you have what you have, whether you have, you know, 2 pair of shoes or 2 pair of jeans, whether you can't go out on the weekends because you got to watch your siblings, whether, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, it's whatever plight you have, you know what I'm saying. Don't think that you're the only one with that, because there's other people in this world dealing with similar things, or sometimes worse things. And that's why and that's one thing I want to leave you guys with before I left, because I didn't want to leave without having solutions. I just thought about that. All right, peace. And this is Kimante Martin, aka Creator Universe. Yeah, that's how we gonna end that mug. Tight. That's tight.